dreams messages. This is your collective August reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this piece out, then please check your other placements where you are likely to find a message in there. Okay, let's get straight into this. So, Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for what is going on in August for Scorpio? And it's pretty much chucking cards out at me straight away. And I've put them in the wrong order. Okie dokie. So, the underlying card, so your underlying energy, we've got the balance. So, take everyone's input into consideration, merging viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, there's no need to rush. So, balance here is very much the Justice card. So, it's very much like you are taking your time to consider a decision here, something that you want to make sure is fair, balanced, and not one-sided. You want to make sure that everything is considered, that you've got all the information there. And it's going on throughout the month of August. So it does look like it's going to be some sort of long, drawn-out decision. Now, at the beginning of the month here, I've got the 6th of summer. So children or childhood, a return of people, romances from your past, remembering events differently, in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. And I've also got a 2 of winter. So indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others, feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Now, to me, it feels like you might have something reoccurring, somebody possibly popping up from your past that you've got to make a bit of a decision towards. Maybe you've got somebody that is coming along to potentially rekindle a relationship. Maybe you've got somebody from when you were a child that you've fallen out with that is coming towards you that you need to discuss things with. It could even be that you're making a decision on how to view something from your past. Maybe you've got something that you've been doing some inner work on and you're trying to shed the light on that, on some healing so that you can move forward past it. Let's get some clarity of these 2 cards. Let's see. It's the Justice card. It's not. It's Temperance. But either way, we're trying to make sure you get all the information and that things are fair and balanced. Clearly said Justice for a reason there. Right, what's this 6 of summer and 2 of winter, please, Spirit? So I feel like it's very much somebody that's coming back from the past, somebody that you weren't really happy with, potentially, or a situation might be reoccurring. You could be stuck in it, some sort of repeat cycle that you haven't yet finished, something that you weren't particularly happy with. The 8 of Cups in the reverse, very much looking at the past, potentially being stuck in an unsatisfactory situation, something that you kind of just accepted to let happen. We do have the 9 of Wands here, so releasing a burden. Now, this is all at the beginning of the month, possibly sharing some sort of journey with someone as well. So it could very well be that you weren't particularly happy in the past and you're letting down your guard and starting to share that with this particular person, maybe. And I have a 9 of Pentacles, which is very much suggesting there's a lot of independence here. So it could be very much that you are single. Maybe you're looking at becoming single. I feel like it's more that you are single at the moment. And you're potentially releasing down barriers at the beginning of the month in order to let people know about what it was that you weren't happy with, what you weren't, what were you stuck in. And I feel like that's very much what's going on at the beginning of the month. Now, in your challenge, we have a Princess of Autumn. So happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get along. So the Princess of Autumn can very well be a new beginning of some form. It could very much be a new job. Now, this might not be a person, maybe it is a work placement, something the way you weren't particularly happy and you might be being offered a new job or the same job. You might be stuck in it or looking at going back to it. even though you weren't happy, it gave you the stability that you might want. So this could very well be a new job at being the challenge here. A Princess of Autumn can very well be somebody coming along to give you a bit of a gift as well. Usually something of some sort of, doesn't have to have been a monetary value, but it's something of some sort of substance, something tangible. You know, could be a bunch of flowers, could be a box of chocolates, could be a home, could be a car, could be a new job, something that you can physically get your hands on. Not just words as an apology, but something physical. Right, let's get clarity on this, Princess Autumn. Oh, very interesting. So, we've got the moon here in the reverse, so there's a lot of fear here. I feel like it's somebody from the past very much coming to give you a gift, and you're scared of what you're going to do to accept it. You might be scared that it's not true. You could be fearful of where it's going to lead. We do have the lovers as well, so it could very well be that you just don't trust that this is going to end out as great as you hope it does, or maybe you're even scared of being in a long-term relationship with someone. Um, it could very well be that the actual Princess of Autumn could be a new relationship with somebody, you know, and it could very well be that you're just fearful of how it's going to pan out. Maybe you're scared that, you know, of making the wrong choice or not making the wrong choice. And we have that Two of Swords again here, which is that Two of Winter. So part of your challenge is very much making that decision, looking at things from a fair, balanced perspective, making sure you've got the information. Now, the Two of Winter is very much you hesitate in making that decision. So I feel like you don't know whether or not you want to take this opportunity, whether you want to take this relationship that's being offered to you, um, because you just don't necessarily know where it's going. It could even be that you're hiding things or somebody's hiding things from you and that you just feel like you're being kept in the dark a lot. And a lot of the time, this Two of Swords can sometimes be that you don't have enough information in order to make the right decision or enough of a decision. Maybe it might feel like somebody's trying to buy you off instead of giving you their emotions and, you know, heartfelt apologies. They might be trying to apologize with something tangible. You know, there are instances where some people apologize by buying gifts instead of words because they don't necessarily know how to convey words properly, but they think that their gift is better. So it could just be that you're not quite sure because you might be being faced with that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, there's definitely a decision here, and it feels very much like you just don't have enough information on on, yeah, you don't have enough information to help you make the choice. And the Lovers itself, it's all about making choices, and you just don't know what option to go with. Now, when you have got through this Princess of Autumn in your challenge, we do have the Eight of Winter as your outcome. So it feels like you still haven't fully made a decision, or you're stuck in your own head about the decision, potentially whether it's the right one or the wrong one. The Eight of Winter here, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking you're powerless when you're not, a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So very much a card of overthinking, being stuck in your own head, possibly feeling like you're not good enough, that you can't move forward with something. You know, it's very much a mental trap here with that Eight of Winter. Now, sometimes it can be a physical trap as well, where you just can't physically move. Um, and maybe you're long distances, but I've got nothing else here that suggests that. I do feel like it's more mental, because of all of the cards about balance and decisions. Very interesting. Yeah. So that Eight of Winter, you're very much considering whether or not you've made the right decision. Right. I've got a Two of Wands here, very much looking at things, thinking, okay, have I made the right choice? Do I carry on waiting? Do I move forward? look at something else. Is there something else better out there for me? You've got Two of Cups in the reverse, suggesting a falling out, potentially making the wrong choice. And I've got a Hangman in the reverse as well, which is telling me that potentially you're feeling a bit betrayed. Now, that could be betrayal by yourself. Maybe you've self-sabotaged somehow, depending on what your decision is. It could even be that you feel like the person betrayed you too much, but it's not worth going back into it if it's something like that. I mean, even if it's work related and they're coming towards you with a new job offer, it could be that you feel betrayed by whoever it was that's offering you the job. Maybe they didn't treat you right in the past and you're just looking at it, and you are looking at it, things a little bit selfishly as well. You're not necessarily considering the other person there. It's all very much looking at things from your own viewpoint, not considering anything else, which, to be fair, sometimes that's what you need to do with this Two of Swords, especially if you haven't got enough information. You can only make the information, a decision based on what you've got. And if you don't have enough, you have to consider how it how is it going to affect you based on what you've got. And I do feel like that's what you're doing here with this outcome. I do feel like you are going to be sitting thinking about this outcome a lot, deciding on whether or not you made the right choice. And I feel like you are telling yourself that you've made the right choice, regardless of what choice it is. I don't feel like I feel like somebody's going to be unhappy with whatever choice it is. Now, whether that's you, whether that's someone else, but you are going to be thinking about it a lot. You're going to be overthinking and analysing this. It's going to keep you stuck for a little bit. Let's get you a oracle card to see if there's any other messages Spirit would like to give. Okay, so we have slow down. Very much take your time when you're making this decision. There is no need to rush. So slow down, do it in your own time, make the decision you need to, and then feel into emotions. So very much feel your emotions. Make sure that you are making that decision from your heart, not your head. Because if you make it from your heart, you're less likely to. I mean, even if you make it from your heart, you can still overthink things a lot. Because let's face it, your heart and your head can sometimes be at war. But at least if you're feeling your emotions and you're not being shut off, you've got a good chance of knowing that you've made or that you're making the right decision, even if when you're feeling everything and you're still thinking things through, then you've done what's right for you. Okay, we've got the Stargazer, dreams, aspirations, and looking beyond. So look at your dreams. There's potentially some messages in your dreams. And that could be very much what that moon's talking about as well. You could be cut off from your intuition about this particular situation. And it is very much feeling like there are messages coming to you in your dreams that you may potentially be ignoring, that you might need to look into. We've got the candle's flame, hope, illumination, and guidance. Could very well be that your dreams are illuminating something to you that can giving you some sort of guidance which you're not yet aware of because you can't see it. And then we have healing hands, comfort, care, and healing. And it does feel like there is some healing that needs to be done here, possibly between the two of you or just within yourself, maybe. And possibly some inner forgiveness as well to help you balance things out within you. Right, let's get you a spirit animal oracle. I do apologise about the background noise. My son is playing Roblox. It is the summer holidays. And it gets very loud at some points. All right, so we have butterfly rebirth. So you can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So there's a lot of stuff going on for you, and there's a big change coming in for you as well. But yeah, try not to overthink things too much because at the end of the day, if you're following, if you're feeling your emotions while you're going into things and you're still thinking things through, you've made the right choice, regardless of what choice it is. And if you feel like you've made the wrong choice, it's just simply a lesson. It's, something that you're just going to learn from so that, for the next time that something like this crops up. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Scorpio. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me as well and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. To those of you that have subscribed already, thank you very much for your subscription. It helps the channel grow and helps those messages go out as well. So thank you very much for all of your support. Good luck and thank you for joining me.